Hey everybody, AG51 Goose here. In this video I wanted to show us what to look for to help us find targets as we approach our target area. A few things I'd recommend in the setting, if it's not too cloudy out, weather permitting, to be at 28,000 feet. Just you get a better view with the camera. Also to be doing about 280 to 290. The slower you're going, the more time you get to look. And then to start looking for the target roughly at 40 miles out, you have your flare on the target area. And also you should have autopilot on, altitude hold on, and auto throttle on so that you can stay staring at the target pod. This is the F-18 and we're using the lightning targeting pod on the F-18. Okay, so I just want to zoom this in. Okay, so this little town here has 8 SA-15s in it, which we're going to go and try to find. I've flown this mission a few times, so I can already see 3 of them, actually probably 4 of them. But we're going to go ahead and head on in. As you can see, I'm almost 40 miles from it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and I'll bring her up on the narrow view, and we're going to zoom her in, and I'm going to use the active pause here just so that you guys can point things out to you guys. So basically what we're looking for, you can see, is 38 miles out. So you see this nice dark spot right here, a little black dot, really stands out compared to anything else. And then you can see there's another one over here, potentially 3 here, another one up over here, we've got another one up here, possibly something there, we can't quite tell. Okay, so one thing we could start doing is that's what we're looking for, these dots. So we could, at this distance, of course, we could start putting our targeting pod on them and zooming in and having a look at them to confirm that they're targets, right? So we're already on narrow view, so I'll zoom in on this guy, and as you can see, he's a target. But you see one up top here, he come in as a target, and also there's one sitting over here as a target. So that one spot, you found them 3 targets. We already found them 3 targets. And then possibly this might be one up here as well. So again, same thing. Put the pod there, zoom in, have a look, see, and yeah, sure enough, that's one there as well. Okay. So I think max range we have on most bombs that we've dropped is about 12 miles, and I would never recommend dropping a bomb at 12 miles, so I usually recommend about 8 would be about the furthest out you'd probably want to drop, and it goes no closer than about 3 miles. They tend to miss otherwise. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take active pause off here, if I can find it. And just going to let us come in closer. So as you can see, at 38 miles, if you're actually flying this, you would see these, as I do, like boom, 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 boom spots to look. So as I'm flying in, I'd be putting my cursor over and checking and confirming that they're actually a target. Right. So as you can see, they stand out pretty good when you're at a distance. As I said, they stand out pretty good when you're at a distance, but you see, as we get closer, stuff starts getting drawn in, and then you start getting more of those black squares. It starts making it a little more difficult to find it on that. Alright, so those are things to look for. Of course, you can go to wide view. Like I say, as you get closer, and you can still kind of see these black dots in here. A little harder in wide view, but in the game you can see them no problem. I'll bet any money you won't see this on YouTube. You won't be able to see those on YouTube. Alright, so there's some other little thing I want to do over here, show you guys. And there's a city over here that has some targets in it. So I just got to go to F10 and let myself get a bearing here to it, because I don't have that. I don't have a waypoint to these guys. Okay, so we can use the. Oops. We can use a heading of 056. I'm going to pick my airspeed up a bit just so I don't stall on this turn. Alright, so the other thing I'm going to do is come off target mode, and I'm going to use the VVS LV. What that does is it makes your HUD, your artificial horizon on your HUD, kind of your pointer for the targeting pod. And then when I see where the city is, I'll push the nose down, put my targeting or my and right about there's the city, and I'll push my TDC to press, and as you can see, there's a diamond there, and now I have my targeting pod looking at that spot. So now what I'm going to do is fly out. Alright, I'm back now. I got to turn around. I do know I said that I'd go 30 miles out. I should actually said 40 miles. It's a lot better. So as I said, I'm back, turn around, heading back to the target, and basically this is the city here that these targets are going to be in. Alright, and actually, you know, if you guys are getting the idea from the other one, you can see right in here there's a nice black dot. You can see here there's a nice black dot. You can see over here there's a nice black dot compared to the rest of the surrounding on it. Okay, so those would be, as I say, like potential spots that you would want to look at as you're coming in, right? You know, you can go to narrow view, zoom view. So I'm going to go up to narrow view, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to unpause this. Alright, there we go, active pause off, and as you can see, you can tell right here, vehicle, so we knew that one kind of thing. Let's take a look up this way. Oh look, here's a real dart, that's probably a vehicle. That one probably is. I can see two up over here. You see how different they are? Let's come over this way. Oh look, we got two in there. And come up here and you can see we got one here probably. Those might just be the top of the building. Here's a darker target, so maybe there's one here that we could go up ahead and zoom in on. Oops. Zoom in on him. Come on. Yeah, that was a target there. So you can see it is pretty simple as you're coming in to pick them out. But what I want to show you guys here is as we come in closer to it, how it gets harder to see the stuff, right? So, you know, I mean, right now we're 30 miles out, and if you remember, there were a couple of units sitting in here, right? If you guys are watching and kept your eye on it, you probably know where the Scud launcher is, because that's the longer one. But where that tank is kind of disappeared. Right? And as it draws in more and more stuff, you can see it starts getting harder and harder to notice those targets there as we get closer. And again, same thing, if you were to zoom in, you probably see the Scud because you know where it was sitting, right? But you know, if you're out there and you're like this and you're combing along in these streets here and you're going, okay, well, where's the target? You know, a lot of buildings, a lot of trees. Where's the target? Where's the target? Oh, I see one here. Oh, there's the Scud. Okay, I got him. Is there somebody else kicking around? Okay, well, we know there was a tank there, so we know the tank now. He's right there. But odds are, you probably would have missed that when you're coming in. You know, as I said, as it draws more stuff in, it gets harder to find the targets. Right now, remember there was a couple of targets over here in this area. I know there was one target for sure in this area, right? You know, so we're coming in and looking at them, and you know, you see how much more stuff now you have to look through. We're 22 miles out, right? And it's like, wow, I don't really see him in here. So that's, you know, like I say, the whole idea about being far out, because it gives them black dots, which give you points of reference to look at. All right, you know, and again, I mean, you don't have to. There's 15 units in here. You don't have to see every single one on your first pass. If you see 3, 4, or 5 of them, then stick with that, and then deal with taking them 5 down. Right? So, for instance, we know here. Well, see now, because we're right above them, you see how much more that tank stands out now, right? So what you could do is target the tank. These 2 units are too close, so what I'd do is I'd target the tank. I'd drop on the tank on this run. Again, when he's 8 miles out, I'd drop my bomb on him. And then, because you know he's there, so when your bomb hits that target, you know, you're pretty much going to go over top of him. You'll overfly him. The bomb hits, but your targeting pod, you'll still have enough time to scroll over to the scud launcher, right? And now you only have to fly past out like 10 miles and turn around and come back, and you can drop on that guy, right? And then if you remember, once you do that, you might be able to, if you kind of roughly remember, that one was over here. I can't see it, so you hit those 2. In this case, for me, I'd have to fly out about at least 30 miles. I recommend going 40, but at least 30 miles, so that I could find those 2 that are over here, and then you could do the same thing. You could probably hit both of those in the same pass once you have an idea where they are. Alright, so I hope this is helpful to you guys. I hope it helps you find those targets out there. And you know, I'm going to say goose out for now, and we'll see you guys all in the next video.